What my intention is for today is to do about a 15-minute practice, what we're leaving behind, what we're going to bring forward. Let's go right into this. Bring yourself into awareness of what it is that we're doing. A somatic inquiry. It is New Year's Eve day, 2023. That also affects the energy of the situation. We start by noticing that we're here and we're safe in this moment. We can rest assured that we're safe enough here and that we are intending to do a practice of connection. We don't have to protect ourselves from that. If the inner critic comes in while you're doing this, which is quite common when we're looking at, am I in alignment with who I know myself to be? Then we could back that off. That's not the time for listening to the inner critic. We could do that as a separate practice. But right now, what we're looking at is what's the wisdom of my heart? What does my heart know? Become present to your whole self, your whole mind, body, your being, your breath, your heart, emotions, the whole experience of being you. You're bringing into awareness the situation that we're here doing a practice. Probably for most of us, there's some intention either on this calendar change of the year or just around this time as we move through winter solstice and into the returning light. So bring yourself just into the simple awareness of what's happening in your heart. The heart, of course, is not separate from the body. And it is in a certain location. When we're thinking logically with linear, doing mathematics or something, then we think more with the brain and the head. But when we're checking into emotions, intentions, alignment, deeper wisdom, we also bring in the heart's wisdom. Notice the area that's protected by your rib cage. Notice the energy or sensation that might be there. And we're looking into this question, what do I long for? And this might be something that you bring into awareness a lot. I know some years I'm thinking about that a lot because I feel out of alignment. Other years it's more background music, maybe. But whatever your situation is, what is it that you would like to bring in to your life more? Might be more open hearted, kinder. On a deeper level, then I want to go to the gym more, something like that. So, just in terms of the deeper, who am I? What are my values? What do I love? What do I want to come into alignment with? What comes up? And then what often comes up as well is what's in the way. It might be something practical, like, well, I'm going to need to move to a different city if I want to be closer to my family. But also on that deeper level, what is in the way? What's holding you back? Maybe I need to shift boundaries in a relationship before I can open to newer, healthier connections. Whatever it is that's coming up for you, if you're noticing things that are holding you back, see if you could put those into your fists and then open your hands and let them go. One way I worked with that many years ago was to hold the relationship I had with my first meditation teacher that I really wanted to stay as it was, and it had changed. And what was in my way was I couldn't let it go. I put it into my fists and I opened my hands and I let it go. And what that does in part is it opens a possibility of a new relationship, of something new coming in. And that's not anywhere near as easy as it sounds. We don't just do that and it's gone, of course. So notice if there's something that really feels like it's a block or an obstacle. How could you begin to let that go? Maybe at the same time as you're beginning to let in the new. And as you're letting in the new, focus on that for a while in the heart. Whatever it is that you're wanting to bring in more of, can you bring that to life in your mind? What would that look like? Who would be there? If you're looking at yourself in a situation, what would your body language be like? You could allow your breath to be smooth, continuous, supportive. Let that come to life in your mind. And for many of us, it might be we need to find some way to come to terms with the world as it is and with other people as they are. So I want to be free of wanting people to be other than they are. I want to be able to accept reality more. So these are really deep things. What might that look like for you? What would it feel like to cultivate being more accepting, more open hearted, less scared, less affected by other people as they are? How could you support yourself so that their judgments are not as important? What could you release to make more room for what you want? What does it feel like to open your hands and let go, to open your heart, to bring in more connection, strength, alignment with who you really are? And that can be a little scary. It can be uncertain in the sense of we don't know for sure what's going to happen. And we can lean into, I'm strong enough for this. I know how to work with this. I recognize when I'm feeling shut down and I know how to open again. I know how to stop judging myself, to allow myself to have some compassionate bond with myself. Let all of that ripen in your heart over the next few minutes as we sit with that. And if you could be the most encouraging as you're moving into this upcoming year, what would you say to yourself? What would you let yourself know? We might honor our courage that we've been willing to work with this. We might notice our compassion has grown, that we're a lot kinder to ourselves. We're more connected in a kinder way. What could you honor about yourself right now? What strengths are you bringing in to the new year? Just for the next minute or two, not to let any kind of practical things hold you back or any inner critic. Just feel into that in your heart. This is what I'm bringing in to the new year: my strength, my intention, my character, my kindness. This is how I'm showing up in the new year. If you like, you could put your hands on your heart. Feel that warmth and support, and set that as your intention, as your commitment to yourself, to honor who you are as you're moving into this new period, this new year. Take a few deep breaths. Let yourself feel that in your whole being.